Folks, John Pastoric on behalf of the Slate Run Tackle Shop. I'm filling in today for Tom. Tom was unable to make it, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different and do this update along the banks of Pine Creek. We're standing here in some beautiful weather. It's a little bit windy, but temperatures are getting up into the high 30s now. Water temperature is in the mid 30s. If you look behind me, you might see an isolated ice chunk or two coming downstream. There were a lot this morning, but the nice weather here, they sort of dissipated. So again, in the evenings, cold evenings like last night, the ice will form again, but by the early afternoon like today, they'll dissipate, and fishing should be good. It's been good all winter. There's a lot of people have been catching a lot of fish here. Somebody just asked me today if they held over, and I can tell you there's a lot that held over from last year, both from the state and from the Brown Trout Club. So the air temperature, mid 30s, as I said. Water temperature is getting up there a little bit. There are a few hatches. There's the little black stonefly that you can see crawling out on the shore, crawling out on the vegetation. There's also a few blue-winged olives around, but anglers would do well to stick with subsurface fishing for the most part right now, until we get some really warmer days when the fish start looking up, and I don't think that has happened yet. But the water is in ideal condition. You can see the color's beautiful, the flow is beautiful. This would be a great day to fish. I'm probably going to do some of that later on. I do worry that without the snowpack, that the water is a little bit low for this time of year. It's about 2.2 feet in depth, about 820 cubic feet per second. I'd like to see it a little bit higher as we get into spring. Of course, we have a lot of winter left. We have another month of winter, and all kind of things could happen by then. So maybe we could get a nice little snowpack going. If not, if we have a moderately rainy spring, not too bad, but moderate, that would be great. The Brown Trout Club will stock again. We'll be stocking in March. Not sure the exact date yet, but we'll stock hopefully 4 times this year. Of course, that's always dependent on getting the contributions from good people like you, from great organizations like Straw Brewery of St. Mary's, Pennsylvania. But we have the new pins. Tom ordered beautiful license plates and the various pins for the different levels. At the $15 level, the silver level, you get the silver level pin. At the $25 level, you get the gold level pin. And at the $60 level, you get these beautiful license plates with the gold pin. So stop in, it takes a lot of money, $20,000 to $25,000 every year to do these 4 stockings. So we think it's worth it. It keeps this as a world-class fishing experience for all anglers, all tackle, no kill in this 2.8 mile section. So that's wonderful. Also in March, we're going to stick to our tradition and do our Camp Victory trade-in. Camp Victory is a camp nearby that they help young people recreate, young people with some severe medical conditions. And if you go to their website, you can see these young people, and you can see how happy they are to be able to go fish. So every year we need to get them new spin fishing equipment. So we ask you, anyone that would bring in a brand new bubble pack, doesn't have to be expensive, bubble pack spin fishing outfit from one of your local big box stores, then we'll trade that in for any rod above the Clearwater model. So those are Orvis rods, Recon and higher would give you a 20% discount, which is wonderful. Those rods are well worth the money, and if you get 20% off, man, you're doing well. And don't forget, it's the new Recons that are in this year. So also, don't want you to forget that there's the 2 fly schools that Isaac Albright and Lance Wilt are putting on. The first one is on April 26th. That's a Saturday. That's Modern Nymphing Techniques. They're only taking 6 people for that school. Excuse me, the wind blew my camera stand down here. April 26th, Modern Nymph Tactics, that's 9 a.m., meet at the store, lunch is provided. The next school is Intro to Fly Fishing. That's May 30th, 9 a.m. Same thing, meet at the store, lunch is provided. They're only taking 10 students for that. And Isaac and Lance put on some really good schools. So there's only 10 for the intro, 6 for the modern nymph techniques, and either one of those would be well worth it. The details are on this this edition of the website. So I'm hoping to get out and do a little fishing today, and you ought to come up. This week should be a wonderful time for fishing in late winter, give you an opportunity to catch some of those late winter fish. So support the Brown Trout Club, come to the schools, and just generally come up here and have a great time in the Pine Creek Valley.